Hello, good morning. Britain's largest car manufacturer, Jaguar Land Rover, faces a prolonged shutdown of its global operations. The company's announced an extension of the current shutdown, which began on the 31st of August, to at least the 1st of October. It comes after the company's IT systems were effectively disabled in a cyberattack, which will cost the company, which employs 33,000 people in the UK, tens of millions of pounds a day in lost revenue. The Conservative Party chairman, Kevin Hollinrake, gave his reaction.
It's terrible news. I think there's over 30,000 people employed by Jaguar Land Rover directly and about 200,000 in the supply chain, including in my constituency. A firm in my constituency makes parts for Jaguar Land Rover. So this affects the West Midlands really badly, but the whole nation. This is really bad for JLR and for the UK economy, but most importantly for the people who have been laid off or put on short hours working.
Well, let's get more now from our business and economics correspondent, Paul Kelso, who's up there. And Paul, what does this mean for employees and also all the subsidiary companies that supply Jaguar Land Rover?
Well, it's bad news for the direct employees. Well, I'm at the main assembly line in Solihull. Normally 10,000 people a day come into work shifts here, and they haven't been since the start of September when the first shutdown was announced by JLR. The cyber attack was actually on August the 31st. It took a day or two for the full extent of it to become clear. They announced the closure here in Solihull. The other plants around the West Midlands, one on Merseyside, also in Slovakia, Brazil and India, plants have had to close. And it's not just the assembly lines. Dealers haven't been able to register vehicles. Even the individual diagnostic software that a mechanic might use to work out what was wrong with the vehicle and order a part, that hasn't been working. So absolutely fundamental blow to JLR's systems. The 33,000 or so direct employees are twiddling their thumbs, waiting for the problem to be cleared up, for the plants to reopen. We know now that won't happen till at least next Wednesday, October the 1st. But all JLR has said today is that the closure will be extended to then. They haven't given a date for reopening. Their statement's quite interesting in that it talks about this announcement of a further week of closure, giving them clarity for the coming week as we build the timeline for the phased restart of our operations and continue our investigation. So the investigation's ongoing, suggests they still haven't got to the bottom of exactly what has happened and quite how extensive this problem is in the systems. Not much detail about what kind of cyber attack, much speculation it was a ransomware attack similar to that which debilitated Marks and Spencer's. But while JLR work out what's going on, the real question, the urgent question now is for all those companies in the supply chain, hundreds of them, and perhaps 200,000 jobs in the companies that provide the parts that JLR used to assemble Range Rovers and Land Rovers and the like at the plant behind me. The Business Secretary, Peter Kyle, and the Industry Minister will be with JLR this morning talking about next steps. They're visiting a supplier, a sunroof manufacturer out in Sutton Coldfield later today. They're expected to offer some kind of reassurance to those in the supply chain that the government is there to help. But the question is how much help should be provided. JLR is owned by Tata, an enormous India conglomerate. It made a profit of more than £2 billion last year. So there are many who think that rather than the taxpayer supporting the suppliers who help that profit get produced, it should be Tata who step in. So we'll wait and see exactly what ministers say. But this is devastating. Not just for this company, it's a company that really matters. It's globally important for the UK. This is where Keir Starmer actually signed the trade deal with the US, because so much of that deal, as far as it went, was about protecting the car industry, making sure Range Rovers were still affordable in the US. So it's got a global importance for the UK. But the thing that really matters locally is those jobs directly affected and those indirectly, because while the closure we know now will last till at least the 1st of October, Marks and Spencer's was nearly 2 months debilitated, and it is very unclear whether next Wednesday's date means a full restart at this stage.